Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and I am very glad, I am very happy, and I am very excited to be able to bring you this exclusive show match today between Root QXC and his opponent Destiny. These guys are going to be playing in a best of 7 for $150 to the winner. And QXC, of course, is a very, very good, well-known American Terran player. He is currently living in Spain, however, studying abroad for his university. And on the other side, we have Destiny, who, if you don't know too much about him, he's actually an extremely popular featured streamer on TeamLiquid.net. Why don't you go ahead and say hello to everybody, Destiny?
Why, hello there!
Thank you for that. And so now if we actually talk about the best of 7 series here a little bit, of course it's first person to win 4 games. I told them basically do the first game on Metalopolis, and after that the loser of each game can pick the next map. I don't want any maps to go back to back, but if you guys get later in the series and you don't want to play on Blistering Sands, you're allowed to play Metalopolis again or whatever. So I just kind of put down some basic ground rules, and these guys took it from there. So QXC, again, Purple Terran here on the right side spawn of Metalopolis, Destiny as the Blue Zerg here on the far left. We do have cross spawns, TVZ. This could turn into a macro fest, but knowing that QXC is rather aggressive and very, very drop-oriented, and knowing that Destiny is really into banelings and infestors, and just some pretty creative play overall, I'm hoping to see a very exciting match and not just a giant macro fest, but we'll see what actually ends up happening. And of course, since there is $150 on the line, I want to thank the sponsors of this show match. The first being Alex from Twitter, and I say Alex because that is actually his Twitter handle. It is at Alex on Twitter. So if you use Twitter, please go on there, send him a tweet, say thanks for sponsoring this event. Basically, he came to me and said, I want to see a show match between 2 of my favorite players. Can you make this happen? And I said, hey, I got some contacts. I'd love to do a show match for you. Let's see what we can do. And a couple days later, here we go, QXC against Destiny. So Alex, big proponent of esports. Give him a nice shout out or a thank you or a pat on the back, or just say hi because he's a StarCraft 2 fan like yourself. The other sponsor today is GetClicky.com. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about them. They are sort of like Google Analytics, if you've ever used that before. Basically gives you traffic data on your website as fast as humanly possible. It actually is up to the minute website analytics, so if you have like a big promotion going on and you need to know what, if anything, you need to change on your website within minutes, GetClicky.com can help you do that. But now, let's get into the game a little bit here. Destiny doing a gas steal. I'm curious if he's going to cancel that. Yes, he will cancel it and do another build. That, of course, is going to delay QXC a long time from getting that second gas, but it doesn't look like he's interested even in this first gas because he has gone this 2-Rax build, and I'm wondering what Destiny feels about this 2-Rax build. Okay, so it sounds like Destiny isn't the biggest fan of the 2-Rax, but we'll see how it plays out. Extractor does finally come up and is very, very quickly demolished by these 3 Marines and single SCV. If anything, Destiny sort of ensured that QXC wouldn't be showing up at his doorstep with an SCV and a bunch of Marines right away, but QXC sort of putting a little spin on it. He is actually doing a 2-Rax fast expand here. He did actually do some scouting. I'm going to take his vision and look over at Destiny's base, so he does know about the spawning pool and the hatch. He does know that queens are out, spine crawlers are building. He knows a bunker rush really wouldn't have been too effective there in the first place. He's adding on a 3rd barracks now as he gets this expansion up. He's going to actually be keeping up with Destiny pretty well here. And in Terran versus Zerg, if Terran is on even bases with the Zerg player, it can actually be a detriment to the Zerg player because of the insanely awesome macro tool known as the Mule. Second orbital command coming up here soon will provide him with 2 mules at a time, and they just return so many more minerals than an actual drone would. So Destiny actually poking in a little bit with his first 3 lings, kills off an SCV. I'm wondering how he feels about that. Yeah! Okay, he's very excited that he killed off that SCV, but now he's got 3 more to deal with, actually a lot more to deal with, and a couple of Marines. He is probably going to lose a couple of lings if he commits to this, so he backs off. Zergling speed has been started, 12 more lings being built. QXC, on the other hand, starting to move in now with 8 Marines and a single SCV. I'm not sure if he's going to try and build any bunkers. These 2 spine crawlers providing pretty good coverage here. Any bunker that goes down would be jabbed at pretty quickly by these spine crawlers. Destiny has a lot of lings here, easily would be able to help surround these Marines and kill off some of them at least. So QXC, knowing this, goes ahead and backs off. Destiny still just poking around here with these 2 Lings. Doesn't want to fall too far behind in the information game. 4 barracks up now for QXC. Does have a tech lab researching stim pack. Single gas is up. Of course, you need gas to get these add-ons. Of course, only 1 add-on has been built at all, but Stimpack coming quite quickly as the first upgrade. Sometimes you'll see players go for concussive shells really fast if they're planning on making a lot of Marauders, but with this huge number of Lings, Marines seem to be a pretty decent choice, and with Stim, they will be able to kite away and prevent themselves from being surrounded by these Lings. Lots and lots of Lings still out for Destiny, just moving around the map right now, trying to gain some information. It looks like he probably does want to try and take control of both of these Xel'Naga towers, so QXC is going to lose an SCV right here, and once again, Steven proclaims, yeah! Every victory is, even minor victories are still victories, so Steven, I'm glad that he delights in killing those SCVs. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I am actually incorporating the Destiny soundboard created by Murgle. He posts on SC Reddit. I'm not sure if he actually is a frequent Redditor, but big thanks to Murgle for creating the Destiny soundboard that I'm using in today's cast. And you're going to be hearing a lot of it. There's actually quite a few little different buttons here on this soundboard. Here's just one.
There's no way a Banshee Rush could be coming anytime soon, right?
In this case, you're right. There is no way a Banshee Rush could be coming anytime soon, just based on what we see so far. Ooh, Zerglings moving in, trying to kill off a few SCVs. It looks like Destiny did actually lose more Lings than he would have liked. Units lost. We do see QXC actually in favor there, so Destiny needs to be a little bit more careful with his Lings. He did lose this Xel'Naga tower to these 3 Marines, but he is going to clean up right there and gain control of it once again. There, now we see the units lost going into Destiny's favor, so those 3 Marines tipping the scales a little bit, but a large force, decently large force here coming for QXC. He might actually want to be trying to do some damage here, or he just really, really wants this Xel'Naga tower. Can't let Destiny have both of them, so Destiny, what is he doing back at home? Let's just take a look. He's got a couple of spine crawlers up, 4 gas already up. Baneling Nest researching centrifugal hooks. He did get that lair up, and he's researching burrow. So Baneling landmines could be here in the near future. I've seen Destiny do this a few times on his stream with some success. It's kind of hit or miss. It depends a lot on, you know, how quick you are to actually activate the landmines. You don't really want to auto-cast them too often, because a lot of times you'll hit just a single Marine, or maybe even 2 Marines, and not really do as much damage as you could have. So Baneling landmines, kind of difficult to use sometimes still. You would think, you know, set it to auto-explode and you're just going to kill a million things every time. Not the case. So QXC sending a scouting Marine in here, not going to get very far before these Lings just rip him to shreds, but QXC, lucky for him, he has had a Marine patrolling these 3 bases this entire time and sees this hatchery as it's going up. Lings take care of that, but QXC looks like he is wanting to engage here. This actually could go in Destiny's favor, as he has a ton of Lings here able to surround and a bunch of Banelings here to actually finish up the scraps, and here we go. Oh man, QXC backs into a corner. He may not have seen these Banelings. Ooh, centrifugal hooks finish as well. These Zerglings are going to finish off the Marauders. What do you think about that, Steven?
BAM! God damn!
Oh, okay. I guess that's a good sentiment. But QXC and Steven actually going to run right past each other. Oh, and I keep calling Destiny Steven because his stream name on Team Liquid, or actually his actual Team Liquid ID is Steven Bonnell 2. Which I guess means Stephen Bonnell II, but I don't know how to pronounce Bonnell or Bonnell, so I'm just going to keep calling him Steven or Destiny. QXC's real name, of course, is Kevin, but I'm probably just going to call him QXC. And here he comes right back up to this hatchery after losing a pretty large force. Actually, in units lost, QXC's still a little bit behind, but Destiny's right up there with him. Obviously, the cost of Banelings is factored in there, but with Baneling speed now and on creep, QXC's going to have a hard time trying to kill off this hatch with just these Marines and Marauders. We'll see what he's actually able to do here. Speedlings should be able to surround, and the Banelings coming in from the right side. What are we going to see? Oh my goodness.
BAM! Yeah! God damn! Oh yeah, that was so fucking sweet! Did you see that shit?
This is too much fun, and, and this is actually my first time seeing these games, so I'm trying to perfect the Steven or the Destiny soundboard there. Once again, provided by Murgle. So thanks a lot for that, Murgle. But we're really starting to get into the mid game here. Units lost pretty far now in Destiny's favor. Those Banelings really making a huge difference, and QXC not wanting to waver too much off of these mass barracks. Oh, we do have a drop going on from QXC. Just barely caught that in time. Here we go. Oh, this drop. Just a bunch of Marines and Marauders, 2 medevacs. They stem up, and they are going to target fire the lair. He is actually going to get it down pretty far before these Speedlings come in. If he continues to focus fire the lair, he might actually kill it off, but Marines are starting to die off now. Mutalisks showing up as well to help take out, try and take out these medevacs. Queen helping as well. Medevac goes down with a lot of units still inside. Single medevac remains. Of course, these Mutalisks will be able to kill that off. So Destiny defending his main pretty well there against that drop. Almost lost his lair though, and that of course can come back later. And if he loses that lair to just a single 8 Marine drop, for example, he will be set pretty far behind. He might actually want to get started changing his second or his third into a lair now to help prevent that big loss later.
Get the fuck out of my base, motherfucker!
A little bit delayed, but you still get the idea. So oh, look at this. A single Zergling was burrowed beneath this command center, preventing it from landing here at the third. So nice little use of burrow, preventing QXC from expanding. And Destiny actually should have... No, he doesn't actually have a Harvester lead. QXC just been macroing up quite well, getting this turned into a planetary fortress now. Destiny trying to prevent that from actually finishing, but these siege tanks now from QXC gonna do a good job cleaning up the Lings at least. No Marines in here yet. Here come 4 Marines stimming up to try and save the day, but these Mutalisks, of course, should be able to finish them off. Ooh, Destiny losing some mutas to the turrets. Turrets, of course, are extremely strong in StarCraft 2, able to pop a lot of those Mutalisks, so he moves on to the next target. Of course, QXC, like we saw earlier, has a bajillion barracks, so he's able to produce Marines incredibly quickly and ward off those Mutalisks. Oh, man. So Destiny soundboard's still just cracking me up. I'm trying to think of further uses for it, and if I'm casting and I have to switch to the soundboard really fast, sometimes it's a little bit delayed, but, you know, it's okay. It's okay. There's a lot more use out of this soundboard, I'm sure. It's a best of 7 series, so we're going to see at least 4 games here. And this one actually turning out to be pretty good, back and forth. A lot of action happening here. This lair, a little bit crippled right now, but QXC might be gearing up to try and attack it again. If we look at upgrades right now, these bio units here are at 2-1, flying units for Destiny at 1-0, and his Zerglings are sitting at 1-1. He hasn't made any Hydralisks or Roaches or anything, so don't expect to see any melee actually ranged upgrades, I should say. Oh, these 2 Marauders going to go down quite quickly, and Destiny getting a very large mass of Mutalisks in the air now. QXC going to have to continue to crank out these mass Marines to be able to deal with that, but I don't think he'll have a problem. He's got 2 factories here as well. Could actually even put out a Thor or 2, since he does have this armory already completed. Destiny back at home. Let's look at the production tab. Just making mutas and lings as you would expect. He is taking a 4th base now here at the top of the map. QXC starting to move now though with a ton of siege tanks and a lot of Marines. Should be able to ward off any Mutalisks from attacking his tanks. And QXC actually building a command center. Here it is over by his 3rd. Looks like he's getting ready to take a 4th base as well. Reclaiming this Xel'Naga tower here, but Destiny, of course, saw everything he needed to see. Ooh, what do we got here? Burrowed Banelings. So these landmines are going to come into effect, perhaps, if QXC doesn't just start destroying everything here from the top down. He drops a quick scan to make sure Destiny's army isn't right there. Does start to see it moving into place, though, so he sieges up. He's got a lot of Marines. He wants to keep them close to the tanks so that the Marines don't get splashed too badly, and, of course, so they can protect from these Mutalisks. And Destiny trying to fly around here, trying to get some damage done. He could actually poke into the main, but we just saw 3 turrets right there just on the corner. So Destiny is going to try and swoop in here and kill off a couple of tanks there. QXC doing good micro here with his Marines, stimming up, bouncing around, taking out another Mutalisk there. So Destiny needs to be careful. He may not want to commit to this at all. Might just want to back off. What is this? Lots of SCVs being pulled here to act as a repair force. Ooh, and building turrets all over the place. This is severely going to diminish the power of this ball of Mutalisks, and he's lost probably 7 Mutalisks there in that little attempt to break up that siege line. And of course, flying next to the turrets, loses even another one there, so he's down to only 11 mutas when he had close to 20 there at the beginning of that little altercation. Careless careless loss there could actually hurt Destiny a lot. But another medevac loading up with 8 Marines right now. His lair actually has been getting a couple of transfusions, it looks like, from those queens. So QXC dropping from the top, taking control of this ramp so he can back up and get out of there in case a lot of lings show up. Nice, actually preventing them from being surrounded right there. Destiny looks like he's starting to move down the bottom road, though. This hatchery is going to be forfeit. There's no way he's going to be able to protect it right now. So he is actually just going to do a bit of a counterattack, and we'll go ahead and put that in the picture-in-picture as we continue to watch QXC's assault here. Actually, he's not really moving. He's just attacking eggs. So we'll go look at what Destiny's able to accomplish. It looks like he is able to take out... Ooh, this command center was flipping over to either an orbital command or a planetary fortress. Didn't quite catch it, but he does manage to take it out. So both players still going to be stuck on 3 bases thanks to their opponents. QXC is sieging up with a lot of tanks. He's still got a bunch of stimmable Marines here to protect against this as well. Going to be able to take out a lot of mutas there. He's already building another command center to replace the one he just lost. Turret goes down. Still a large force of mutas, 16 of them. Should be able to take out this other turret as long as he focuses it down very quickly. There he goes. And QXC actually has been attacking the 3rd base of Destiny while all this is going on. So picture-in-picture will show you all of that. Destiny now retreating, so we'll rejoin QXC over here just in time to see this hatchery go down. Siege tanks parking up here on the ramp, lots of Marines up on the high ground, and missile turrets already being built. So QXC doing a slow, methodical push, taking out base after base. Destiny pretty much running out of places, running out of viable expansion spots. He is actually going to drop a hatchery right here. Will he go to the bottom bases? Doesn't look like it, but he's running out of places to build, and QXC with this effective siege line right here means that Destiny is not going to be able to build at this spawn, or not this spawn, this natural I should say, or this expansion over here. He is trying to take this top one though, but of course QXC already has an SCV in place. Gonna see this happening, and this Marine of course by himself should be able to take out this hatchery, but a couple of buddies show up, take out the expansion and the drone that was building it. So Destiny really in dire straits now. We look at the army count for both players. QXC is ahead 174 to 146. Destiny trying to reclaim right here. Of course, that's not going to happen with a giant mass of siege tanks and Marines sitting right there. So income tab, we see that QXC is ahead on harvesters, still should be ahead on minerals as he does have a couple of orbital commands able to drop mules, ahead on gas as well. Destiny really only on 1 mining base right now. Could be problematic here soon if he can't actually get a hatchery up. 1 tank of QXC is just moving up, able to start shelling away at this hatchery. Destiny is trying to be sneaky here and take this bottom spawn, but it's only a matter of time, I'm sure, before QXC finds that one as well. He is most likely going to lose this hatchery. It's just a single siege tank, but it's all QXC really needs to be able to take this out. And lots of medevacs and Marines showing up now. QXC might want to start dropping the hammer, so to speak. But Destiny moving with a lot of Mutalisks and a lot of Lings right now. If he catches these Marines away from their siege tanks, he could actually have a chance at breaking this siege. If he can take out all these Marines first and then just clean up the siege tanks, he might be able to reclaim that 3rd. QXC taking his high yield base right now. He's trying to expand here, but there's already a hatch building. Gonna see Destiny swooping down here. Looks like he is going to try and prevent QXC from expanding as well. He wants to prevent this gold from being taken, but it is morphing into a planetary fortress already. Mutalisks being killed off by those stim Marines, but those Speedlings and Banelings coming in, sweeping up all the rest of the siege tanks. Marines going down. Planetary fortress going to have to cancel, I'm sure. QXC responding now with a ton of stimmable Marines and a lot of medevacs here to help support. This command center was canceled, turning into that planetary fortress, and it looks like it might actually burn down here. QXC still shooting away at those Mutalisks. Just look at those big Mutalisk chunks dropping. Ooh, QXC doing a great job dropping 2 mules right there, starting to repair that command center up. So he did delay the planetary fortress, but he did also still manage to keep his command center alive. Destiny just flying around aimlessly now with these Mutalisks, trying to prevent QXC from actually landing this 5th base, I would say. Destiny did actually get this one up. QXC not really doing much here with this siege line. He did obviously prevent this from going up. A single siege tank would be able to kill it off if Destiny didn't respond. So these 2 mules acting as great protectors here for this planetary fortress as it gets constructed. QXC still way ahead on army count, 163 to 128. Seeing a lot of stuff going around all over the map though. This game has gone on very long into the late game, but QXC, I have to believe, is more familiar with the TV BBC late game than Destiny is. We'll just have to see if he's able to claw his way back here. Trying to do a full-on assault onto the siege line. Needs to get the Mutalisks to actually focus down these tanks and then let the Lings take care of the turrets. He's losing Mutalisks here, just finishing off turrets with air units. Obviously, these Lings will be able to finish those off, and he loses another Muta from that. And QXC does find this hatchery coming. He just drops a quick scan to see if anything's burrowed there, preventing the command center from landing once again, and Destiny is going to lose this hatchery. He does not have any fighting units in the area, and QXC has just basically a massive amount of Marines. He's got 57 on the field of battle right now. Destiny, on the other hand, has 24 Lings, 12 Mutas, 16 Banelings, but if these forces met, I have to believe QXC would be able to battle that off. He's got 3-3 upgrades on his Marines, 2-2 for the Zerglings, and only 2-0 for these Mutalisks. So upgrade-wise and army count-wise, QXC is way ahead. Income far in QXC's favor. Obviously, he's been able to deny that third base of Destiny for so long that is just getting more and more one-sided as the game goes on. Ling's coming in now to clean up this turret line that QXC constructed a long time ago, and will be able to take those out. QXC is going to lose an SCV as well, but again, Destiny just really needs to get up a lot of bases quick and be able to protect himself from this massive amount of 3-3 Marines with combat shields and these siege tanks. It just looks kind of hopeless, to be honest, but drones being burrowed right now, so at least he's protecting his drone investment. He won't have to build a ton more unless QXC drops another scan. And QXC does drop a scan right here to try and place Destiny's army. He's going to move in with these bajillion Marines and actually take out some Lings. QXC probably going to be able to sweep up here as more Mutalisks go down. Look at the army size ever further in QXC's favor, 192 to 84. Ooh, Baneling landmines actually getting some kills there, but it's not going to make really much of a dent in QXC's giant forces here. Medevac's just healing up what was damaged on those other Marines. A few Mutalisks flying around now, not going to get a chance to kill anything off, so Destiny realizes he's beat, knows that there's no way he's going to be able to catch up now. It's 76 supply against 195. QXC saying GG back. And that is it for the first game in this Best of 7 series for $150, sponsored by Alex on Twitter and GetClicky.com. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now let's move into Game 2.
What the fuck?
Oh, do you not want to go to Game 2? Well, we're doing it anyway.